Today we're going to get straight into a strength workout, legs and shoulders. It's going to be pretty hard from the word go, so make sure you've warmed up beforehand. Today all you're going to need really is either a heavy rucksack for when we're doing our squats, and you might also want to have two heavyish objects, so whether it's laundry detergents that you're holding on to, I'm going to be grabbing my dumbbells, but laundry detergents, bottles, milk bottles, anything like that where you've got a decent handle. You could go for a rucksack overhead. That's also another option if you don't have any of those items. So you're going to need something that's reasonably heavy. You're going to be going overhead though, so make sure you can push it over the top of your head. And then we're going to go for something slightly lighter that you're going to be holding out here. So normally sort of a 2-3 kilo, maybe a ream of paper or a sort of a heavyish box at home, something like that. And maybe a water jug or like a water bottle or a can for some rotator cuff work. So let's get into it. Make sure you've warmed up, and we're going to grab our heavier dumbbells. First of all, we're going to go for a squat and push press. So the weights are here, whether they're your laundry detergent bottles or milk bottles, you're coming down and up. So down and up. Now just check your knees, make sure they're staying in a nice straight line through the center of your foot, so your knees aren't coming in towards each other or they're not going ridiculously wide outside the little toe. So keep that going. We're coming down and up, belly button in nice and tight. So down, push up, good, down and up, lovely. All right, so shoulders should be feeling this. Palms are turned in. Tends to be a nicer place for the shoulders when lifting overhead. Squat and down. You can always do these ones without the shoulders if you've got issues with those. If your knees are a bit dodgy, make sure they're not coming forwards over your toes. So when you're doing a squat, you're really sticking your bum out behind you and you're not coming forwards. Can't even do it, it's a bit weird. So make sure bum goes out, back is nice and straight, body is upright, so you're not leaning forwards. You probably won't anyway with these weights because it's keeping you upright. Good. One more. Lovely. Now drop one of those. We're going to go for a lunge with overhead. So I'm holding right hand, left leg's going to step forwards. So it's down and up. Down with the leg, up with the arm. Don't worry too much if you're a bit uncoordinated and you're doing it the other way around, you're still getting a workout. Big stride. So making sure that it's not a tiny wee step. So when we're lunging, big stride, back knee almost touches the ground. Whew. Nice job. And that front knee stays above the heel. Notice it's not going forwards over the toes. That adds a bit more extra stress through the knee. We've got one more here. Good. Then change sides. Left hand, right leg, and away we go. Down and up. Now, if you have issues with your lower body, you could just do the upper. If you've got issues with your upper body, you could just do the lower. So a good chance to get a bit of a combo in if you can. The reason I've gone one-sided, it's challenging your abs. So rather than doing both arms at the same time, which means that you'd be a bit more level, we're going for one arm, which means it puts you off balance a bit. Your core's having to switch on. Good. Keep this going. 4 more. 3, 2, and last one. Fantastic. Now, grabbing either your heavy rucksack or a couple of heavy objects. We're going for a sumo squat with an upright row. Legs are nice and wide, toes are turned out. Come down, then come up. Good, so come down, then come up with a shoulder shrug. Down, oh, I said upright row, didn't I? This is your upright row. So down and upright row. Now if this doesn't suit you, you could always do the shoulder shrug instead. So down and upright row. With these upright rows, you're making sure that your elbows are above your hands. So you're not kind of doing this. You're making sure elbows are higher, hands kind of stop just at the top of your chest. Down and up, good. Really going wide with the legs, toes are pointed out, knees are still in line with the center of the foot. So you've really got to push those knees out wide. Woo, lost my balance. Down and up, good. Feeling this through your inner thighs. So it's a nice inner thigh stretch, also working them. It's down, up. Let's go for 2 more. And up. 1 more. And then we're going to repeat. So from the beginning, bring the feet in to a sort of hip distance squat. Hands are up by the shoulders. We're going to squat down and back up. Now, everyone likes a different stance at the bottom there. What you're avoiding is feet closer than hip distance apart. So you don't want them any closer than what I've got. Mine are pretty much just underneath my hips. If you go slightly wider, that's fine. Whatever feels good for you. So you'll feel it. Give it a bit of a change. Change where your feet are. You don't want to go as wide as a sumo squat, but you do want to have those toes slightly turned out, maybe 5-degree angle if you start going a bit wider. As you come in, you can straighten those toes up. Good, we've got 3 more. 3, 2, nice job. And last one. Great, dropping one of those weights. We've got a lunge and overhead press. So lunge it out, nice. Remember that big stride. Also, make sure you're not tightrope walking. So if you struggle with balance with this, just watching the distance between my feet, I'm almost stepping out of fraction. I'm making sure that I'm not stepping that foot in front of the other one, which then really puts you off balance. So go wide, hip distance apart with the feet this way, and a big stride out lengthways. Nice. Good. 2 more. And last one. Fabulous. Changing sides. So it's left arm, right leg, or the other way around if you started with the other side. Good. Switching your core on. Make sure your abs are nice and tight. Nice. Good work. Keep it going. Nice. Good stuff, guys. 3 more. 3. Remember that knee tracking through the center. 2 and 1. Good. Taking up either one big heavy object to pull through the center or 2 slightly lighter ones. Sumo squats, wide legs, toes pointing out, and upright row. Almost did that shrug again. Here we go. Down, knees go out wide, pull up. Good. Down and up. Down and up. So guys, the weights, if you don't have dumbbells, you're pretty much at the mercy of what you've got at home. But you want to try and make sure when you're working out that you get to a stage where you're struggling to get the last few in. If it's easy and you could go forever and ever, then you need heavier weights. So this is fairly easy on my legs. A rucksack on my back would solve that problem, but it's challenging enough for the shoulders. Good. Remember, really feel that stretch through the inner thighs. Try and go nice and low. Make sure you don't lean forwards though. All right, so down, those weights are pretty much in line with your heels at the bottom. They're not further forwards of your toes. So down and up. Great stuff. 2 more. And last one. Excellent. Good. Moving on. So we're going to go into a rotator cuff. Grabbing a slightly lighter weight for me and sitting yourself down on the floor. If you've got a sofa, it's probably easier to do it on your sofa, guys. So sit on your sofa, this foot up on the sofa, this foot down. You're going to turn back around to face forward, so you're not facing the side of your sofa. Facing forwards, elbow is on the front of that knee, and we're coming up and back down. So lift and lower. So this is where your water bottles or your cans are going to be quite handy to hold on to. Laundry detergent might be a bit heavy. Something that big might be a bit heavy. Your big milk bottles might be okay. Lift and lower. So we're getting into our external rotators of the shoulder here. So reach and down, making sure that elbow's on the inside of the knee, not the top of the knee. If it's on the top of the knee, you're likely to start swinging and moving the elbow, which makes it easier, which we don't want. So lift and lower. Also, make sure you're not pulling in towards your face. So you're thinking 90-degree bend there at the elbow and not bringing that weight in towards your head. Lovely. Whilst you're sat here, think of pulling your belly button in, drawing your belly button towards the spine without rounding your back. 2 more. Nice job. Hopefully you're getting a bit of a burn towards the back of the shoulder and maybe the back of the arm. Switch over to the other side. So if you're on a sofa, this leg's on the floor. We're lifting up and back down. Nice work. So these are really important postural muscles, external rotators of the shoulder here. If you imagine, most of the time we're rotated forwards with work, with life really. There's nothing, I don't think, on the phone, on the computer. We're always rounded forward. So it's so important to do the opposite and try and strengthen up and pull the shoulder back again. Good. These ones get missed out quite often, and especially when you're doing home workouts. It's a lot easier to do a lot of chest work because you've got push-ups right there, but there's not much that you can do with your own body weight to actually get your back muscles working. So you're really trying to make sure that we balance out our workout so we don't get more rounded with too much frontal work. 2 more. Good. And last one. Fantastic. All right. Now, this next exercise, no weights needed, you're going to be lying on the floor. But if your shoulders are really tight, so your thoracic spine, if the spine's really tight and it's not going to allow your hands to lift off the ground, then maybe do this on the edge of a coffee table or lie over the top of your sofa with your hands free. You'll see what I mean. So we're coming into helicopters. So for some of you, you won't be able to lift your arms out here. That's going to be really tough. We're going to keep the head on the floor if you can. Lift the hands up, reach them back and up. So we're really trying to draw the arms up as high as we can. Keep the thumbs pointing towards the ceiling. So try not to have the hands rounded. You're really trying to open out through the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, little fingers pointing towards the floor. So if you're over the top of your coffee table, your hands, if this is a struggle to keep them high, can be going lower than your body height. So they could be going lower, which might be an easier option for you. Good. As you reach the hands down, keep the thumbs up and reach towards your toes. So really feel your shoulders coming down your back. Whilst you're here, think of pulling your belly button in towards your spine as well. Imagine it lifting off whatever surface you're on. So keeping your core switched on. 2 more. And last one. Fantastic. All right. We're going to go for a wall squat and reach. So again, I would go for one of your lighter weights. This is going to creep up on you. The wall squat. You're going to be squatting down on the wall. Try and get your thighs parallel to the ground, holding that weight out in front of you. We're reaching out and in. We've got a minute here, guys. I'm timing, so don't worry. I'm actually looking at the clock. So we're going to be doing these ones, reaching and in. Now, if you want to make it harder, you just hold that weight out the whole time. Belly button in. Make sure your back is against the wall. You're not leaning forwards. And with this one, make sure you haven't crept up or your bum hasn't gone too far down. So your bum and your knees are at the same height. So if this is too difficult, feel free to take a break with the arms and then join back in. So reach out and in, out and in. Good work, guys. Keep this going or keep holding it out there. You've got 20 seconds left. Keep going, keep going. You can do it. Come on, work through it. Mind over matter. 10 seconds. Good. Palms up towards the ceiling. It's nice for the shoulders here if you're going for this option. 3, 2, 1. Peel yourself off. Lovely. Coming down onto the ground again and into our external rotation of the shoulders. So knee and elbow and just lifting up. Make sure your body is not facing that bent leg. You're facing away from the leg, straight ahead towards that front leg. This is just off to the side of your body. Great stuff. Doing well, guys. It's not often we get these postural muscles worked, so great job. Ooh. So a bit of a burn through the back of the arm, back of the shoulder. If you've got something that's really light, you might need to do more repetitions to get that burn. If it's really heavy, you've got a few options. If you're starting to struggle, you can use that other hand to help push you up and then slow on the way down. And that way you're going to build strength. And you don't want to be doing the wrong thing. So if you're getting to the point where you can't lift anymore, then don't do it wrong. Or give yourself a helping hand on the way up, just the way up. You'll build that strength on the way down. Good, 2 more. And last one. Change sides. So remember, once you've got that leg up, your body is facing forwards. Up and down. Great, lift and lower. Good. So kind of more bang for your buck, getting a couple of body parts in today, legs and shoulders at the same time. These ones you kind of just have to isolate. It's a bit tricky to get the legs working at the same time, but it's worth it as a postural improvement. Let's face it, don't we all want to be standing up a bit taller, less hunched? Good. Excellent. Remember, if that weight's creeping up on you, you can always use the hand to help push it up, but you're taking it down. So keep it slow on the way down. That's where you're building strength. Elbow is not on the top of the knee. Remember, it's kind of fixed on the inside to stop your arm from rocking around too much and stop you from cheating. Think belly button in and the other shoulder down your back. Last one. Great. Excellent. Get rid of that weight and into your helicopters. So making sure that you're off the back of something if you need your arms lower. Otherwise, reaching the arms up high, keeping the forehead down, lift and lower. Now guys, keep that going. Keep it going. I'm just going to show you what the option on your sofa might look like. So if you are struggling to get your arms higher, then it's good to have yourself leaning over the top of something, and then your arms can still do this movement, but they're lower. Well, they're as high as you can get them, but they're lower than they would be if you were lying on your front on the floor. So keep that going. Thumbs up towards the ceiling. And really feel your shoulders gliding across your rib cage. So your shoulder blades are moving freely, trying to get them up and then draw them down your back. Lift and draw them down your back. Are you still pulling your belly button up? So draw the belly button off the floor. Good, last one. Excellent, nice job guys. All right, we have got our squat against the wall, grabbing something around 2 to 4 kilos should do it. Sitting down and away we go. So either holding that weight out or nicer option, moving that weight, or nicer again, not doing anything with that weight at all, just focusing on the legs. So it depends where you're at as to what option you're going to go for. This is going to start to get pretty heavy. So you don't want anything too heavy in the first place. It's called isometric holds. So isometric contractions, basically those muscles are contracting to hold that weight, but we're not moving. So we're staying pretty stationary. Whew. Good old burn. All right, we've got 20 seconds. Keep your back firm against the wall. Keep your belly button pushed in. Make sure your knees are in a nice straight line with your toes. My knees are just above my heels as well, so that's where my feet positioning is. 8 seconds. You can do it. This is the last thing you've got. Keep holding, keep holding. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Great job, guys. Oh, feel those quads burning. Let's stretch them out. So lifting up, pull that knee back and the heel to the bum. And whilst you're doing this, just make sure you're not tilting. So really pull the belly button in, draw the knee back with the hips pushing forwards. Beautiful. Changing to the other side. Grabbing hold of something if you need for balance. Tucking the tailbone underneath. Good. Nice work, guys. Good workout. Quick, short, sharp. And releasing it there. Nice. Getting a good hamstring stretch, so just coming down, touching your toes or attempting to touch your toes wherever you can. If you tend to be a real backgrounder and you only get to here, best stretch you can get for your hamstrings is to actually keep your back straight and tilt from your hips. So this is called waiter's bow. So even if you want to put your hand in your lower back to make sure you've still got that arch in the lower back. Lovely. And then our shoulders. So make sure your shoulder is down, it's not up by the ear, and then pull across. Get a nice stretch through the back of the shoulder there. Let me know how you went with this workout. I always find my legs could go a little bit heavier, but my upper body is just about right. So feel free, if you're going to repeat this workout, to get a rucksack on your back, get some heavy weights to make that harder for your legs. Excellent. Nice job, guys. Have a great day.